All right, welcome back, and let's take a look at part 2 of part 4, the Flying Dolphin Family, book 2, unit 1, page 6, 7, 8, and 9. We are focusing in on singular and plural, the question and the answer, okay? So we start off with our flashcards now. Again, it's really up to you and your students. If they're very strong and they've already know some of this content, then you can move through this quickly. If not, then it's your job to reinforce all of this vocabulary and make sure that it all sticks in their heads. So you can put it up on the whiteboard and then you say, all right, boys and girls, what is it? And the kids might say, a parrot. Good job. A hamster. Good job. A seal. Now, our objective in this particular lesson is for them to make the full sentence. So it is a parrot, it is a hamster, it is a seal. If they're able to do that, fine, push them, allow them to do so. If not, that's okay too. Make sure that you're focused on the vocabulary, because at this stage, that is the most important thing. Now, you can do it as a class or you can do it as a group. So you can say group number 1, what is it? And they all shout out, a horse. Group number 2, what is it? And they all shout out, a rooster. Good job. Or you can go into the individual and say, hey, Tom, what is this? And Tom says, teacher, a raccoon. Good job, Tom, a raccoon, right? So that's really enough for when you're setting up the whiteboard on the left-hand side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to introduce the spelling. Now, this is a really great tool for the students to visualize the singular and plural. And that is one of the reasons why we need to write the words on the whiteboard. So I'll then say to my students, all right, boys and girls, who can spell a parrot? Everybody? All right, let's go together. 3, 2, 1. A-P-A-R-R-O-T. Good job, everybody. Next one, a hamster. A-H-A-M-S-T-E-R. Now, the reason why you're doing that is that you're modeling. You're trying to give a model for the students as to let them understand what is expected of them. All right, team A, can you spell a seal? Yes, teacher. A-S-E-A-L, says team A. Team B, can you spell a horse? Yes, teacher. A-H-O-R-S-E. All right, class, can you spell a rooster? A-R-R-O-S-T-E-R, R-O-O-S-T-E-R. And then you can pick on the individuals, okay? It's up to you as how you want to play it. That's going to be case by case, class by class. All right. So we finished setting up the left-hand side, which is really super. It looks great. It's very logical. Now we're going to set up the right-hand side of the board. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce the concept of plural. Now, again, many students might already have an idea, but for those weaker students who do not, this is your opportunity to help catch them up to the rest of your class. All right, boys and girls, now we're going to spell parrots. Who can spell parrots? Anybody? Nobody? That's okay. The teacher will model P-A-R-R-O-T-S. Good job, everybody. Now we're going to spell hamsters. H-A-M-S-T-E-R-S. Good job. Now the students are starting to see the logic. The stronger students don't need to see the logic. They've already figured it out. The weaker students can see it's easy enough. You drop the A and you add an S with these specific words. All right, and now you pick on your weaker students or the stronger students if they're sleeping, the weaker students. All right, Bob, can you spell seals? Yes, teacher. S-E-A-L-S. Now, Bob is reading off the board, and that's okay. He's starting to understand the mechanics of singular and plural. Now, the idea, of course, behind this is that you are helping the weaker students to get the concept. I am fully aware that this is a lot of support for some of you. It might be seen as spoon feeding, but in my opinion, if you have weak students and they're not catching it at this stage, well, this is a good opportunity for you to help catch them up. Okay, now you've got all of the plural words on the plural nouns on the whiteboard, and then you can say, boys and girls, how many? And the kids can say, 2 parrots. Boys and girls, how many? 2 hamsters, or whatever it might be. And everybody knows that it's going to be 2, but what you're doing is you're giving an opportunity for some of the students who didn't have a chance to speak in the previous examples. You're giving them a chance to speak now. Okay. And then that opportunity to speak is really important for the spotlight to be on the students, because for some students who are unable to do it, it highlights the fact that not all students are at the same level as the strongest student in the classroom. Okay, now I've set up the board in this way because I wanted to maintain the logic. Unfortunately, I have to do a little bit of an adjustment in order to move on to the next activity. So I'll say, all right, boys and girls, I'm going to erase this one, a hamster, and I'm going to move it up to the top, and then you can spell it out again. Boys and girls, I'm going to erase hamsters, and I'm going to move it up to the top. Now, that's not a big logic step for the students. They can kind of see exactly what's going on. And the reason for this is because we're going to introduce numbers, and then we're going to introduce a tool into the classroom. And that tool happens to be a spinner. And that spinner is now going to prompt and push our students to speak in sentences. So here are the nouns on the board: a parrot, a hamster, a seal, da, 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 da. And then I'm going to spin it and go, all right, boys and girls, look at this. Brrr. It is a rooster. Boys and girls, follow me, say, it is a rooster. And so the whole class says with you, good job, everybody. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write down the first part of that sentence with the verb to be. It is. So now the students understand the component is it is plus a rooster, so the indefinite article plus a noun. Please, teachers, do not write down it is a ... Okay, that's really incorrect. It is ... A rooster is a better strategy. Okay, and then you've modeled it. You might want to model it again. Brrr. Boys and girls, everybody read it for me. And everybody says it is a parrot. So they can substitute those nouns very easily, or they should be able to substitute those nouns very easily in the sentence. You spin it again, and then you pick on an individual student. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Once again, Timothy. What is it? It is a parrot, says Timothy. Good job, Timothy. Okay, and you do it as many times as you need to make sure that the students have finally got it. And once they've all got it, that's okay. You then just move on to the next part of your lesson plan. And then that would be moving on to the singular and plural. Now, the reason why we spend so much time on the left-hand side is we're building the foundation. Once the foundation is built, it's very easy for them to take that logical structure and just move on to the right-hand side. So just throw it up on the whiteboard. What are they? They are hamsters. The students don't need to understand the grammar part. They just apply it immediately because they have already been taught the singular structure for grammar, for the question and the answer. And boom, now plural structure is already done. It's already understood. So now they just have to work with it. And then you model it again just to make sure. Boys and girls, what are they? Whoopsie, sorry, my bad. You model it one more time. Boys and girls, what are they? Brrr, spin the spinner. And the students hopefully say they are parrots, not it is a parrot. It is parrots. Okay, right, obviously. They are parrots, says all the students. Good job, everybody. One more time. What are they? They are roosters. Now, again, you do it as many times as needing to be reinforced until you are sure students have got it. And then, boom, now you ask for the volunteers. All right, boys and girls, who wants to play? Who's sitting properly? Who's been a good student? Teacher, me, I want to play. No. Okay. All right, Sally. All right, Jim, here we go. Now, Sally has the role of spinning the spinner. So Sally will say, Jim, what are they? And then Jim will say, they are hamsters. Good job, Sally. And then maybe Sally can have another chance to spin it if it wasn't successful or if it needs a bit of reinforcement. Sally will say, what are they? Jim will say, they are roosters. And then, of course, they swap over, okay? So you allow students A and B to question and answer, and then swap it over, question and answer, okay? Once they've played satisfactorily, you give them their points, you give them their rewards, and then, of course, they will then sit down and return to their seats. And then you rotate the number of students as is necessary in the class, okay? Okay, and that's the basics of it. Teachers, I hope you really enjoyed this video today. If you did enjoy this video, please do like it. It would really help. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And if neither of these things were really important to you today, well, please share it with one of your colleagues who you think would benefit from watching a video like this. it would be really great of you to do so. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And we do have videos coming out weekly or almost weekly. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.